Okay, guess what? What time is it, Jeff?
No swear. I missed doing that. One of these days I'm going to kill my vocals with that, but hey. You want to start off, or do you... I missed this. The good news is it sounds like you didn't hit a lot of the stories I wanted to cover.
Okay.
So that's a good sign.
We welcome you back, so you take the floor.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Oh, well, let's start here. In college, I lived in Indianapolis for a very long time. So this one is from Indianapolis, of all places. Indiana, right next door. Driver tries to jump closed bridge during police chase, leaves behind prosthetic leg.
Huh.
This is an Indiana story, and it does not shock me either. Officers with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department were searching for a driver, and they may have found him by now, who jumped a bridge Dukes of Hazzard style.
Nice.
But this isn't Hollywood, so it didn't turn out well. The officer says they encountered a reckless driver on that Sunday night, and he almost hit the patrol car head on. He refused to stop. He ignored warning signs where the bridge was out. He attempted to drive across the bridge, but the vehicle skidded and came to a rest as it hit exposed beams on the bridge. The driver exited the vehicle and fled on foot. The officers
on one
arrested
foot.
Well, we're getting to that. The officers arrested a passenger who was supposed to be on house arrest, but he cut off his ankle monitor. Passenger told the police the driver is a one-legged man, and he has a prosthetic, and he left his prosthetic leg behind. Police are confident they will track him down soon. I have not seen it. Maybe there's an update on this story, because this was like last week.
Well, hopefully police will get a leg up.
Yeah, really. We're going to do a hard target search.
It'll be a foot chase.
I feel like doing the whole thing. We're looking for Mr. Richard Kimball.
Yeah. I don't care.
I don't care.
I didn't kill my wife.
How does he get away? On one leg.
The one-armed man.
The one-legged man.
Who played a Romulan on Star Trek.
Yeah, really. My gosh. Did he really? I don't know.
He played Commander Tomalak. He was like a recurring Romulan villain.
Okay.
He almost had like the same hair. Well, almost the same hair. It was kind of a perm, but they all got the same kind of sugar bowl haircut, Romulans and Vulcans. Anyway.
There is an update to this story.
Okay, excellent.
There is an update. I did go looking around to see if we could find the update. According to this is from 5 days ago. He's still on the loose after hopping away in his Dukes of Hazzard style bridge jump. Officer saw a man drag. Okay.
How do you let a one-legged man escape?
I don't know. Here, hold on. I'm getting it now. Okay, so the police said the stunt clearly failed with the car skidding, crashing, exposed beams of the bridge. The man immediately got out of the car and fled, leaving behind his prosthetic leg with a Croc shoe of all things. Oh, wait. This is audio. We probably can't play this. But this is from WIBC in Indianapolis. There is something here about a witness sitting here saying, that's why he was crawling through my yard. Now I really want to find this. This is... Oh, God. Come on. We gotta find... Let's see if we can find Duke's... Let's see if we can find it, Mike. The part that I laugh about is...
He hops away.
No, see, this all starts popping.
If he hops away, and we spring his bail.
Oh, you're bad. All I keep thinking about is, like, some guy sitting there. Yeah, it's... Okay,
I see a police lineup. Is this the one?
Yeah,
Get a police lineup of one-legged men.
Yeah. If the passenger is in the thing, how do they not know where to find this guy? Unfortunately, the only update I'm finding on this is an audio piece that I can't play at the moment. So,
okay.
But You know what the worst part is I know exactly where this took place. I have actually been on this highway. I know exactly where it happened.
You've been on this bridge?
Yeah, I've been, well, when it's working. When it works, yeah, I know exactly where they were. But yeah, all I keep thinking about is this, like, some hard-ass Indiana trooper going, "We need a hard target search. We're working for a one-legged man. His name is Richard."
I want a perimeter around this highway. I want nobody in or out. I want police dogs. I want choppers. I want cops with more guns and going to find this man.
You know, the funny part is that highway is a circle, so they already have it around.
Yeah.
At least 465.
It's a roundabout.
Yeah, it's a big, gigantic circle.
Yeah, it's a big roundabout around big Indianapolis in the middle.
Yeah, and then you cut through the middle if you can. The interesting part was there was a day when I was at school down that way when I was in college, and they wanted to protest that they felt like the speed limit should be higher. So a bunch of people got on 465, and they all got in one lane apiece driving 55 miles an hour. And they supposedly screwed up traffic real bad. They drove all the way around the entire circle that way. In every lane. Anyway. But yeah, there's so much here. I mean, jump with the Dukes of Hazzard thing. You know he wasn't watching.
Just a couple of boys, never meaning no harm.
Yeah, and I look at the shoe. Of course he's got like a Croc shoe. This guy, you know that this guy... Oh, man. Oh, God. If they can't find this guy, they have to have found this guy by now. How could you not? I mean, it's easy, right? Somebody's got to be looking around for, like, an extra leg.
He found another wooden leg, and he's blended in.
Right. Well, maybe it's like a cedar. I don't know. Anyway, all right. You got anything?
Oh, I got plenty. Shout out to Scott for these great stories.
Scott!
Bad grade. Teacher writes WTF on student's homework.
Oh, I heard about this.
A Florida mother, yes, Florida women, Florida men and women, we love them, demanding disciplinary action after a teacher's inappropriate note on her son's homework assignment. A Florida mother is demanding disciplinary action. Linda Smith says she was shocked when her son handed her his science homework and WTF is this was written across the top. Just seeing WTF, What is this? You know, basically, is there no credit? I wanted anything about not just getting the credit. It was more so the language about what the writing to students that was very inappropriate and not acceptable for a teacher whatsoever, Smith says. And I'm putting my hand over my head to have the mom who wants to see the manager kind of look.
Yeah.
I think for sure she needs to be reprimanded. I believe that something should be placed in her file, she adds.
Oh, wow.
Put this in your file, Mrs. Smith. Rutherford High School Principal Coy Pilson. The principal's name is Coy Pilson.
Oh, boy.
Principal Pilson.
No.
Principal Pilson, we have a problem. Says the school is taking the necessary steps to deal with the incident. And that's the end of the story. That's it. Just it's just an angry mom. It's non-story. But it's Florida, so.
How bad did the paper have to be?
Doesn't say what the kid's grade is. Might have been 0. No, absolutely. No, it's absolutely no credit.
It's no credit. Not even see me. WTF. Think about this. Think about this. You have to have written the shittiest paper on the planet to get WTF. Right?
Yeah, apparently.
I want to read it. I want to know. What did he do? Write 300 words of the?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
To get the 300 word, to get the word limit.
Yeah.
Right.
Or something like that to get to a word limit or I mean, we've all written bad papers before. But to get WTF, you have to have written the shittiest paper on the planet.
For your teacher to write that for when you get absolutely no credit, no points.
Yeah.
On your grade.
You don't even get see me. It's just WTF. It has to be bad. I really want to read it. I really want to. I want to know what subject it was for.
Doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
No.
I know it doesn't say.
No.
I've heard this story a couple times now.
Okay.
Other people have had this story too.
So at least we got our Florida
Nobody
woman.
said.
It might be a Florida man story in here, but there's our Florida woman.
Oh, you mean the one that's coming up right now?
Oh, there we go.
No, here he is. You know, maybe. See, this is what happens when you write WTF papers. You become the Florida man. Because the Florida man was arrested, accused of hitting his mom on the head with a corn cob. Zephyr Hills, Florida. Deputies arrested a Florida man after he allegedly hit his mother in the head with a corn cob. Allegedly pelted his mother with a corn cob around 2 a.m. Sunday. What are you doing eating corn on a cob at 2 a.m. on Sunday?
It's a late night snack.
He said Seriously? That's your idea of a late night snack?
Corn on the cob.
You couldn't think of anything better to eat at 2 in the morning.
Corn's in season, buddy.
I guess. I mean, think about
Leftover.
this.
That's all that's left over from the barbecue. Everybody eats the burgers and brats and hot dogs. All that's left is the corn on the cob.
Okay, maybe there's that. What? Not the beans? At least the beans you don't have to, do... I don't know. 2 in the morning, I don't want to do that much work. Do you?
No. You know,
That's what I'm talking about.
I used to enjoy eating corn off the cob. Now I just cut it off. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, well, it's not that. It just gets everywhere.
Yeah, and it gets between your teeth. And
then if it's too juicy, it starts firing all over the place.
And when you butter it and put salt, it just makes a mess. You wipe in your face all the time. So.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, corn on the cob has lost its appeal to me. So that's why but I would not hit my mother in the head with a corn on the cob, though.
Yeah, well, good news is she was not seriously injured.
Thank goodness.
Records show he faces a charge of domestic battery and is being held on a $150 bond. That's that's corn you can't have now. What were you thinking, buddy? Oh, God. Oh, man. Is it bad that my thought process immediately goes to, seriously, corn on the cob at 2 in the morning? I mean, there's a lot of things you could eat at 2 in the morning. That's just a lot of maintenance and a lot of work. And I'm a fat guy. Nothing. There's a point where you sit there and go, yeah, I don't think so. Not at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, but corn is just filler. There's no nutritional value.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to do something like that, popcorn, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. No. I'm not feeling it. I mean, really, and if you're talking about the barbecue, there was no maybe there was no leftover baked beans or something. I don't know. Unless he was afraid he was going to toot all over the place, and then he was going to. He could have. There you go. There's your answer. He could have killed his mom with
the gases from the beans.
From the beans.
Yeah.
All right. Up to you. Next to you.
This one's from the Associated Press. Man sentenced to 10 months in prison for urinating on Kellogg's cereal conveyor belt.
Oh, God.
Story out of Memphis. A Tennessee man has been sentenced to 10 months in prison for urinating on a Kellogg's cereal conveyor belt at a Memphis facility. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Memphis says 49-year-old Gregory Stanton was sentenced Friday in federal court. Stanton had pleaded guilty in November to tampering with consumer products. Tampering, that's putting it mildly. An indictment says Stanton was a contract worker at the Kellogg's plant in April 2014 when he recorded a video of himself urinating into a bucket and dumping the contents into the Raisin Bran production line. He also recorded himself urinating into a production line a month later. Stanton posted the videos on the internet in 2016. Law enforcement and the Food and Drug Administration investigated, and Kellogg said in a statement that it is pleased Stanton was brought to justice. Justice.
God. Why would you put it on the air? People are...
49-year-old man, you'd think he'd know better than to put that on the internet.
Let's put it on the
internet. So I guess Raisin Bran's done for my lifetime.
Yeah, seriously.
I've not been big on cereals I'll have like the usual fare, like bacon and eggs or toast or sausage. But I mean, breakfast cereals, I don't do cereals much anymore.
See, I still will do breakfast cereals, but I'll do it like as a snack thing. But
Oh yeah,
now,
like honeycombs dry. I'll eat.
Like there's a lot of them that like you can't do it with Raisin Bran.
No, you can't
like Raisin
have like
Bran
that.
dry.
Just handfuls of that as a snack. Or rice checks. I like rice checks.
Yeah, or like Cheerios you can do. Even like Frosted Flakes you can do stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll have like Apple Jacks or Fruit Loops. I'll eat those loose. I'll get the. But
All
yeah,
right,
I'm not so much as for breakfast food. So so good thing they rained on his parade like he rained on the Kellogg's conveyor belt.
How does not anybody notice?
Nobody saw this. Maybe it was a night shift or something. He was like a contractor.
But wouldn't the...
Or he peed into a bucket, maybe in a closet, and then he came out right away and just poured it into the conveyor belt. Why?
Okay, but
Why?
It's dry food, right? So how would it not be like soaking wet? I mean, eventually I guess it dries out, right? But you open the bag and it's gotta smell like, whoa, hello.
Yeah.
I mean,
nope. Well,
I don't
gross.
know. I mean, it's just like there's a whole lot here where I'm just like, what? I'm like,
that's the WTF you write on the Raisin Bran box.
Yeah, seriously. Well, I mean, here's a reason not to get Raisin Bran. I mean, I at least was like sitting here waiting for like, okay, he did it with corn pops because at least that's yellow.
Oh, yeah.
Right, something like that. But Raisin Bran, man, what? Did you just hate Raisin Bran as a kid or something? I don't know. All right.
Next one, Jeff.
Yeah, let's go back to Florida.
By all means, you go ahead.
This time it's a Florida woman. We'll stay on the food because a Florida woman was attacked a Burger King manager and trashed the restaurant because they didn't get free fries.
Wanted free fries. What WTF?
Apparently,
they wanted free fries.
Apparently, they Natasha Ethel Bagley, 42, and her girlfriend Genesis. I'm not going to be able to get this name right.
Natasha and Genesis. Those weren't their names.
Yes, and one was 42 and one's 27. Which you go, Natasha. Especially because I'm looking at a picture of Natasha, and I gotta tell you, I hope they're friends, because unless I don't know, we don't have a picture of Genesis, and I shouldn't be this way, but I'm hoping they're friends. Anyway, they went through a drive-thru on April 2nd, and they asked for free fries, but refused by a staff member. Then they parked the car, walked into the restaurant, asked which one of the employees called them bitch. Genesis jumped over the counter, claimed she had a pistol in her pocket, and asked to see the manager. And demanded to give up all the money in the register according to the arrest record. Then threatened to hit the manager in the face with a .45 caliber pistol. The manager tried to call the police, but was punched in the face. And then Natasha joined the attack, it is alleged. The couple then started to ransack the outlet, tearing registers and monitors off the Burger King counter, and then drove away in a black SUV, which police later traced to Natasha before arresting her on Monday back then. Faces crimes of including armed burglary with an assault or battery, attempted robbery with a deadly weapon, and criminal mischief. Here's, I guess, where I'm lost. They just basically asked for free fries? Is that how this... It's funny, there's a link clicked to this Miami Herald piece. Maybe there's more information.
That's our job, to seek information regarding this situation.
Yeah.
It's our job to bring it to you, the listeners.
Yes. It's important to bring us the wackiest news of wacky.
For duty and humanity.
Yeah, but not pee, especially if you work for Kellogg's.
WTF.
So here's where it gets confusing. Apparently, they claim one, which, even so, that's not a reason to suddenly and smack someone with a .45. But, was this caught on video too? Oh, apparently this was caught on video. That's just beautiful. Oh, and apparently Genesis is still at large.
With the one-legged man.
Well, yeah, maybe that's the whole deal. The one-legged man and Genesis are on their way.
Not the one with Phil Collins in it.
Yeah, not the one with... no, maybe she is with Phil Collins. That would explain a lot.
I think he's... I don't know if he's... No, he's still touring.
Yeah, well, maybe the one guy doesn't need a leg and just borrows his drumsticks or something.
Yeah, he needs... Phil needs the extra leg so he can drum again.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So what do you got, Mike? What else have you got?
Now, you remember those old Popeye cartoons where, like a Popeye would open a diner and then, like, Bluto would open one across the street? And they try and fight for Wimpy's patronage? Okay, so this story, when completion heated up, an Ozone Park supermarket owner decided to have a fire sale by setting his rival's business ablaze, federal prosecutors said on the 31st of May. A federal grand jury indicted Mamunar Khan, Mamunar Khan, age 59, co-owner of the Deshi Bazaar, for allegedly torching on February 3rd the premium supermarket located 3 blocks away in Brooklyn at 1196 Liberty Avenue. As alleged in the indictment, Khan set fire to a supermarket while it was open for business, demonstrating total disregard for the safety of employees, customers, and the firefighters who responded to the blaze. U.S. Attorney Richard Donald said on Friday, attempting to burn down your competition is an extremely serious and violent crime, and we and our law enforcement partners will ensure that such crimes are punished. Justice.
Justice.
According to the indictment, Khan was caught on camera inside the premium supermarket on February 3rd, pushing a cart filled with an unknown flammable material down an aisle. While wearing blue latex gloves, he allegedly ignited the material with a lighter and fled the store as the flames spread. A camera outside the shop filmed Khan allegedly driving away from the shop inside a Mercedes-Benz SUV, authorities said. During the investigation, federal prosecutors said law enforcement agents questioned a witness who told them that Khan had allegedly previously complained about premium supermarket, claiming that their lower prices were hurting business at their bazaar.
Could have been hurting too much. He had a freaking Mercedes.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, if you're going to do something like that, why would you drive away in a car that everybody's going to remember?
This is great. A day after detectives questioned him, authorities said, Khan fled the country and traveled to Bangladesh.
Oh, there you go.
He returned to the U.S. 3 months later and was taken into federal custody. So had he stayed in Bangladesh, maybe he'd have gotten away with it, but...
Maybe because he remembered how bad Bangladesh is.
So Khan faces 5 to 20 years in federal prison if convicted.
Well, yeah, you know. Here's an idea. Don't come back to America after you fled to Bangladesh.
After
Just
being questioned, I mean, you think that would not have drawn scrutiny like the day after the detective questioned you? That you fled to Bangladesh, those aren't the actions of an innocent man.
Well, forget that. I mean, in Law and Order, that would never happen. Well, that's
glung glung.
On Law and Order, it would happen.
This did happen in New York, so.
Yeah, well, did it? Oh, well, there you go. Dong, 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 or whatever that was.
Bum, 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 bum. Khan!
Yeah, really. Oh, God.
I've done far worse than burn down your supermarket. I've hurt you.
Yeah.
And I wish to go on hurting you.
Like I said, the part that makes me laugh the hardest is you drove away in a Mercedes. Business can't be that bad. Yeah. Business cannot be that bad if you have a Mercedes. Maybe it's just me.
But did the supermarket sell the Raisin brand that was from Memphis, though?
Oh, yeah, really. No joke. Oh, my God.
Then it needs to be burned down.
Oh, yeah. What he really needed was the 2 women...
Natasha and Genesis.
Yeah.
Fled the country with the one-legged man and Phil Collins.
Yeah, really, no joke. Hey, so we've had our Florida man story, we've had our Florida woman story. How about Florida other story?
What?
You know, this is another example as to why I have people who say to me all the time, Mike, you should move to Florida. You complain about the weather. Let me explain why I'm not going to Florida.
This podcast is pretty much about why we don't want to move to Florida.
Well, let me give you another reason. 11-foot alligator breaks through window of Florida home. Large gator broke into the home through some low windows. This happened in Clearwater at the end of the month of May. Imagine waking up to an 11-foot gator inside your kitchen. That's what one Clearwater woman found lurking inside her home around 3:30 Friday morning. Mary Mary called 911 after hearing a smashing sound and found a giant gator in her kitchen. Quote, I have a giant alligator that came through my garage who's sitting in my kitchen. A huge one. Dispatchers made sure she was safe and told her to stay put in the bedroom with the door locked. Not going anywhere, that's for sure. Newspaper delivery driver Patricia Cora was outside the home when the gator smashed its way inside. I would not have wanted to have been woken up and opening my door to see that creature because he was very, very huge, Pecora told the news. The 11-foot gator was so huge, officers called out to two separate trappers. It took a team of 12 people several hours to get the gator back out of the window it first came in. Quote, maybe he saw an image of himself thinking it was another gator, and that's how he got inside. That's a guess. There were no injuries, according to the city and law enforcement. No, I am not moving to freaking Florida. I am not moving to Florida. No way. It was funny, because I showed this to a buddy of mine who's from Florida. Oh, well, you know, it's gator mating season. No! Seriously, no way. And the best is, broke into my home. If I shoot it with a gun, or I kill it, or I bash the hell out of it with a bat, you know what's coming next, right?
Yeah.
You hurt the poor animal. The poor animal, freaking 11 feet long. Holy Jesus, mother of God. I mean, that is a lot of shoes and belts, and it could be a set of luggage, but come on now.
Nope.
Nope. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like dealing with raccoons here and opossums.
Opossums?
You know, yeah. Possums, whatever.
Possums
Skunks
or opossums, either one's bad.
Yeah. Skunks are a pain in the butt, too, because God forbid you ever get that on a car. Oh, my God.
Even if you just drive past one that's dead, just you catch it, and the odor is still in your car for like a half hour later.
I had somebody who hit a skunk. He told me it took him. He had to basically. Oh my God! He had to like re-fumigate his car. He couldn't use it for like 2 days.
Yep.
And he had right. We're professionally done. And he tried to do some of it in the middle of the night while he was there, but it just didn't even matter.
Isn't it true about what they use? You have to use tomato juice or something like that? Is that what?
I don't remember what he said. I'm not old, but it was bad.
Yeah.
It was really, really bad, but yeah, as much as those things are bad, and you know there are some issues with deer, and God knows, behind me there are a shitload of deer, because the forest preserve is behind my apartment, behind the apartment, and they are out when there are not people around, they're out in force. Okay, I've literally seen 8 or 10 of them walking around out there. Like Bambi and friends. I'm telling you. But alligator? No way. That's why I don't want to move to Florida. Between that, the Florida man, and hurricanes. No thanks. What would you have done?
I'd call the police.
Call the police?
Call the mayor. Call the governor. Okay, next here.
Yeah, what do you got?
Kentucky man forced Amazon driver to rake his driveway at gunpoint.
Oh, God.
A 63-year-old Kentucky man was arrested after he allegedly pulled a gun on an Amazon delivery driver and ordered him to rake his driveway.
Sounds like Kentucky.
Yeah, police say that Kenneth Vance confronted the driver as he left the property and pulled out a gun. Vance ordered the driver to step out of his van and handed him a rake. He told the driver, who had not been identified, to smooth out the gravel driveway which had been disturbed by his van. The driver cooperated and was allowed to leave the property. Then he called 911 and police went to Vance's house where he was taken into custody. He was charged with wanton endangerment and unlawful imprisonment. The driver was unharmed, and Major Neil Johnson with the Oldham Police told WDRB that he did the right thing by complying with Vance's demand. You did a smart thing, son. Good thing you raked that gravel. That's a good thing. In this situation, He was able to remove himself from the situation safely. He was able to contact us, and we were able to take our action. So he did everything he should do to make sure he was safe. Because if he didn't rake that driveway, he'd be maybe delivering him to the cemetery.
The big question is, what's the driveway like now? Is it better now?
Still a gravel driveway, I'm sure.
Still a gravel driveway.
But did the police car leave an uneven gravel distribution as they were pulling in to arrest the motherfucker?
Yeah, that would be something, because he'd be like, oh, you just ruined the gravel, I just had it raked.
Oh, yeah, well, here's a rake. And I was like, yeah, here's a pair of cuffs.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Yeah, he's about to learn about raking.
Put your face on the hood. Yeah, he's going to get raked in Kentucky prison.
Well, I don't know about that, but he might be doing raking in Kentucky prison.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
I don't, like I said, I
just got an Amazon delivery the other day, but I did not ask the man. Of course, my driveway's paved, so I don't have to worry about the gravel driveway.
Yeah, so. I've never thought about that. But the Amazon guy shows up, paint my house. Now. Or else.
Right.
I don't know.
Could have been worse. He could have thrown a corn cob at him.
Yeah, really, seriously. No lie. Or thrown a bucket of urine at him. Made him eat,
make him eat some...
Raisin Bran.
Maybe
two crazy women who didn't get fries.
Natasha and Genesis.
Yeah, he could have beat him with a. He could have beat him with a leg. I don't know. It's so.
He didn't flee the scene though. He could have fled the scene with Natasha and Genesis and Khan and the one-legged man.
Yeah, that's the problem right there.
All right. You got any more, Jeff?
I got more. I do. I have a few more. All
right. I got one more.
Back to Tennessee. Man beat with guitar, snare drum in a Hermitage motel room.
Wow.
Hey, a musical number. We got a musical.
Yeah, he's putting the band back together. In your face.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. A man claimed an argument over $2,000 led his brother to assault. Oh, so it's his brother on top of it. Assault him with a guitar, a snare drum, and a microphone stand Wednesday morning inside of a Hermitage motel. Metro Police reports. By the way, usually you have to pay extra for that kind of treatment. The officer... Wow, that should have gone better. The officer responded around 5 a.m. in the motel Old Hickory Boulevard. Well, okay, here's the first problem. If you're at a place called Old Hickory, it never goes well. According to the arrest affidavit, the victim returned from the bar to the motel room he shared with his brother, and the siblings argued because the victim's $2,000 was missing. Paperwork states that the victim went to the shower, and when he walked out of the bathroom, his 26-year-old brother hit him in the head with a wooden guitar, then struck him multiple times with the guitar, a snare drum, and a microphone stand, causing the victim to lose consciousness. The attacker, Benjamin Gregory, left the room, drove off, eventually returning to a different motel room, the same motel, to sleep. When the officers responded to the motel room where the attack happened, they said they found the broken guitar, a microphone stand, and a destroyed snare drum on the floor, along with blood on the floor and blankets. The suspect was located and was covered in bloodstains. He was booked at Metro Jail with charges of aggravated assault, property and theft, destruction, drug possession, and P.S. destruction of musical instruments, buddy. The victim received 8 staples to the back of the head and has multiple abrasions in his arms that are consistent with defense wounds. He's just a one-man band, isn't he? $2,000. You did that to your brother for $2,000. He could have found an organ.
Civil war, brother against brother. Instruments thrown at each other's faces. It's terrible.
All he was missing was that leg.
And a corn on the cob.
Seriously. All he was missing was the leg. That would have been perfect. But yeah, I mean... So it's gotta be... Those things have to be the victims, right? They couldn't have been the other guy. Because if he's trying to steal $2,000, you figure it's gotta be, right? That those were his. I gotta tell you, those guitar shots, you gotta be careful. I've seen that in wrestling. Those could go the wrong way. You can get concussion from something like that. Not that that's where we wanted to go, but oh God, I don't know. What possesses? Okay, wait till he comes out of the shower. Kaboom! I know you got one left. What do you got?
I got one more left here. Family upset after receiving a graduation cake made of styrofoam.
Oh, I heard about this.
Okay. The story out of Pasadena, Texas. A Texas family got quite the surprise when they cut into a graduation cake and realized it was made of styrofoam. Marzi Flores of Pasadena, Texas, said she wanted her daughter's high school graduation party to be perfect. She said, "This is my baby, and she was graduating, so it's very important to me," Flores said, with her Texan accent, which is not very good. The mom ordered a 2-tier cake from Walmart for the celebration. Of course, you order from Walmart. Do you say the Walmart, or it's just Walmart? Flores,
yes.
Do you call it the Walmart?
I didn't think you could do either.
Yeah. I usually just say going to Walmart. I don't say going to the Walmart. When Flores went to pick up last week, she said the bakery department couldn't find the cake. So the store offered to give her a free sheet cake for the inconvenience. After that hiccup, the party was back on track until it was time to cut the cake. And that's when they discovered there was styrofoam underneath the frosting. Flores said both she and her daughter were humiliated in front of their family and friends. "They can't replace the moment that we lost. It's a special moment, and this is what we got for it. A styrofoam cake," Flores said. "Not only did they mess up one time, they did it twice." She said the store gave her a $60 Walmart gift card following the incident. A Walmart spokesman also released the following statement. "The incident was a result of a misunderstanding. The matter has been resolved."
Misunderstanding?
How do you mistake a real cake for the display item?
Yeah, seriously. How do you mistake?
They gave her a $60 gift card for their inconvenience.
Yeah. Well, you know that it was a $60 gift card that went viral. Because I've heard that story a couple other places too now. That story's gone viral. That $60 gift card, that ain't going to be enough anymore.
Well, are they going to sue the Walmart? But was this, I presume this wasn't intentional, but how do you know when you pick up a cake and it...
Yeah, seriously. You know what that means? You just don't go, well, this goes back to the other question, which is go to a regular bakery, don't go to Walmart, stop being cheap. But in fairness, depending on what kind of small town, you may not have a bakery anymore. All you might have is the Walmart. That is distinctly possible.
That is true, yeah. You don't have the local bakery anymore.
Yeah, you got the local Walmart, and that's about it.
That's all you got.
Although you could have gone to Target, I bet you could have got one there.
Someone must have thought, someone like at the bakery where they have the displays in front, thinking, well, there's just, and because they I don't know if it was some kind of tampergraph where they take the photograph and they can laser image into the frosting.
Here's the real question. Do you think she's dumb enough to go back there and try to buy cake?
Well, she'll be back in 4 years for the college graduation party.
Yes. Why do I have this feeling that she'll go back in there and try to buy cake? Again.
Walmart's styrofoam cake. Oh, boy.
In fair, and why? I don't know that. Is it really their fault that the cake was styrofoam? It's not their fault. I mean, when I say their fault, I mean, why would they? I mean, it is kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, it's like it's not like they purposely did it. When I say
I don't
them,
think
I
it
mean,
was intentional.
Like
I think
might
have been someone from the other departments who thought that it was an authentic cake.
Well, I meant like, okay, you're at a party.
But when you stick, I mean, to have the graduation image, I mean, when you stick the graduation confectionaries, like the little plastic thing that says congratulations, and then you stick it into the frosting, and you hear that annoying sound when you poke into styrofoam, that...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was already pre-made that way. They could have, like, put that... Well, yeah, but you're right. The person... You know what it is. It's some person who's getting underpaid in the back.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Just let's get him out of here.
All right, here. Just give him this cake.
It's cake.
It's a graduation cake.
Well, maybe it's a crunchy cake. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a little light.
We'll worry about it later.
It's a lighter, cake frosting.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, save some calories. Don't eat the cake. I don't know.
There you go.
Here we go. Hey, we're switching parts of the country. We're going to New York, where apparently they're now installing public punching bags across Manhattan to provide relief to frustrated New Yorkers. With that in mind, one U.S. studio matters hands and installed cathartic public punching bags across Manhattan in hopes that residents can take out their daily stress in a healthy way rather than unleashing it on their neighbors. The initiative by a Savannah, Georgia-based design collective, Don't Take This the Wrong Way, was introduced as a contribution to NYCX Design, or New York City Design Week 2019, and it means to allow locals and visitors alike to release their frustrations, whatever they may be, in a safe communal space. For those who are perplexed by the sudden placement of the bright yellow boxing gym-style punching bags, the collective accompanied their sidewalk installations with a mission statement that reads, "The concept explores the design common spaces for the emotions we all face. Good or bad, we must travel from point A to point B. We deal with the good number of frustrations that go beyond designing systems and happen, well, because we are human." I swear to God, I would not get this far. I'd already be punching someone. There's another sentence. "The public punching bag offers an outlet for these emotions as a means to maybe develop a healthier way to address personal and collective issues in a public setting." I don't know about this. I think this might be a bad idea. This seems like a bad idea.
Public punching bags.
Let's see if I understand this correctly. Drunk and whacked out on drugs people from New York now get practice before they want to hit someone.
There's a sanitary issue too. What if some people tried to lick the thing and it's gross, man. I wouldn't touch it.
It's got the right color. If the guy with the pee just put it on.
The guy who peed on the Raisin Bran.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. If I saw this around Chicago, I'm glad this is in New York and not Chicago, because this just would be like, what would happen? Like, somebody would be like, "All right, I'm gonna prove Rocky," and the next thing you know, somebody, drunk guys are gonna fight over it, and the next thing you know, beating the crap out of each other, all because of the stupid public punching bag. That's what's coming. I don't know. I mean, it does sound, but it's going to go sideways. You just know. Do you have anything else, or do I need to, or is it all me now?
No, it's all on you.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's go back to Florida.
Yay!
Florida man accidentally shoots and kills woman during play.
Oh, boy.
Florida man faces manslaughter after police say he accidentally shot a woman during an act of play. How do you accidentally shoot someone?
How do you have a gun while you're having, sexual relations?
Well, it is
the gun
South.
Is nearby. That's
it
just
is the South.
that's just stupidity.
Shot the woman in the upper body of his legally owned handgun inside his home. The woman in her 20s was transported to Braden Regional Hospital where she died. He is charged with manslaughter with a weapon having held 50,000 pounds.
That, my friend, is that's poor. I don't know if it was just does it say what kind of weapon it was?
Handgun.
Just a handgun. Okay. Might have just...
What?
First of all, you treat every... I don't even want to get into this.
It is just...
Stupid. Stupid-ass people.
Beyond stupid.
Play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
If it wasn't for the fact that the WTF thing happened this year, maybe he time traveled. Maybe this is the kid. This is what happens when you get WTF on your paper. You shoot some woman in the middle of Florida. Why would you shoot him in the middle of Florida?
Man, you were going to get some too, bro. You were going to get some too, bro.
You're in the middle getting some. What are you shooting her
What do you
for?
have a gun
bad?
in the same room? Idiot.
Dude, it's not even that. It's like, dude, was it? If it's that bad, find somebody else.
Maybe she was playing, maybe they're playing good cop, bad cop. But you take the clip out. You take the bullets out, you dumb shit.
You know, it's interesting you say
Even
that.
if you do...
It does say he accidentally shot the woman during an act of play. Maybe they were playing some sort of cops and robbers.
But
thing.
They don't
talk about that.
Then you buy a freaking Nerf gun and use that instead. So you just be sure you don't.
Yeah, no, this
is frustrating more than anything else.
That's not. It's just stupid. You're getting.
Yeah.
You know what the best part? Here's the real question. When it was over, what was his first reaction? Was uh-oh or oh shit, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, guess you're not getting laid, buddy.
Why do I have a feeling it's the second?
Unless you're going to well, he'll get laid when he gets in prison.
Well, maybe.
Or someone is.
I have the next thing that comes to my mind, I cannot say out loud because that's just wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm not going there. Nope. Although, if it was Ivan, I'd go there. But I'm not. If Ivan was here, he probably would have gone there by now. But I'm not doing it. Dumbass. Get a freaking rubber gum. There's a million things. Active force.
You don't...
Dude! You're getting some. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sad that we have, that...
This one's from
innocent
you.
life, and she was getting some too,
Yeah, really, seriously. What the hell are you thinking?
Just two consenting adults having a good time, but somebody had to bring a gun into it. It's like
well, yeah. Two consenting adults until one went kaboom. And not in a good way. This one is from you, Mike. And yes, I've seen the picture. I'm not thrilled by this. Crop tops for men are a thing now. And we're not sure how we feel. Men are getting into belly-bearing action. And then they have the ones for the moves, too. Okay. Oh. Okay.
We can get Ivan to wear one. I bet I could pay Ivan and he'd wear it.
Here's the thing. I'm kind of looking at this. Okay, so the first site that I'm looking at where they have the pictures... These prices are all, in British pounds or EU stuff. I'm not seeing American
It's
prices.
in euros and pounds? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not seeing this as...
good. It's happening in Europe, so hopefully it won't catch on here.
Yeah, well, the problem is that these people are going to bring... Some of these people are going to bring it over. And... By the way...
Is that a dude wearing a tube top, man?
According to this, I'm looking at this now. Apparently, 73% of the people absolutely, and 17% are like, "Oh, I love them," and 10% of the people have no. have no interest. And
I have no opinion in this matter.
I'm like, how can you not have an opinion? Unless you're a chick. Maybe if you're a woman, you're like, well, about time. I mean, in fairness, if I'm a woman and I'm looking at this first one and I'm looking at some of this stuff, okay, if it's some guy who's like hot, and really reality, let's stop. Well, hold on a second. Why do I need to pay for this? This is redneck fashion, isn't it?
It's Euro redneck fashion, apparently.
Well, I mean, okay, so now it's fancy redneck fashion, because I can make a shirt that I can shrink and you can see my stomach if you want to. I don't think that's what you really want to see. I certainly could make a top, and boy, I'll tell you, I could probably fill it out better than some women that I know, but I don't think that you want to see that either. I don't think anybody wants to see that. Quite frankly, I don't even want to. Now that I'm even thinking about it, like, hello. I don't know. I mean, if you're a guy and you can pull that off and you're going to get some, just don't have a gun.
That's right.
Don't have a gun. Don't have a gun, and don't accidentally shoot. Like, well, not that way.
And don't bring your girlfriend Natasha or Genesis to the Burger King.
Yeah, and make sure you don't smack them up.
And check the bedroom for alligators.
Yeah, that too. As long as the line as we're talking about, because we're kind of finishing up here, and we're getting the good. We have the good, because this is a good story to end on. I think this will be our last one, and I think this will. It's funny now. I'm seeing a story we should have talked about on the show, but oh well. We'll talk about it next time. I need to remember to talk about that. Final story for the day, and I think it's appropriate. This is good stuff. I saw this the other day. I could not help but stop laughing. So a Catholic school principal resigns after being arrested at a Washington D.C. strip club while on a field trip.
Did he have? Oh my!
He is from the principal of a Louisiana Catholic school has resigned after being arrested in a strip club in Washington D.C. on a field trip. A spokesman for the Catholic Diocese of Baton Rouge. This story happened last week. Michael Camus, head of the Holy Family Catholic School in Port Allen, was arrested Thursday. Archibald's Gentlemen's Club, just a short walk from the White House. Maybe Trump was there. Who knows? Things were huge. According to media reports, the Diocese of the Baton Rouge confirmed that the principal at Holy Family School Port Allen was arrested May 30th while on a school-sponsored trip to Washington, D.C. The statement said that the students weren't with him at the strip club. The incident occurred when the students on the trip were in hotel rooms for the evening under supervision of other chaperones. The principal had been with them for 5 years in terms of the school. Prior to that time, had served public education in the surrounding area. He has submitted his resignation as principal. An interim principal has been appointed. He was charged with public intoxication and possession of an open container of alcohol after he was accused of refusing to pay his bill. Really? Seriously? Dude, all you had to do was pay your bill. You get away with the whole thing. What are you, crazy? Just pay the bill.
It's always the Catholic school people. It's like,
I'm looking to see. There's
to say nothing of the Catholic Church, but
there's a linked story. There's a linked story here. Hold on. I'm looking to see. No, they don't tell. Seriously? You didn't pay your bill. That was your thought process. I don't need to pay the bill. Why would I need to pay the bill? What, God's going to pay it for you? What was your thought process?
Just write it on the school's account.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he thought he was drinking holy... I don't know. Dude, if you're going to do something, you at least would be thinking I don't even
He
know
wasn't
where to
thinking,
start.
obviously, so.
I don't even
He
know
wasn't
where to
thinking, obviously, so.
start. Yeah, really, seriously. I don't even know where to start.
He's thinking with his other head.
I mean, well, no, obviously not, because why would you not? I mean, you have so much to lose if they even if it goes.
The
just pay the
consequences.
extra.
Maybe that was
Yeah.
it. These Catholic school teachers are like, the danger. Where's the danger? Remember that old, I think it was an old Saturday Night Live skit, John Lovitz. No matter. Doesn't matter.
Looking at, by the way, I'm looking at the website for this, this particular club, because, why not? They do bring in some interesting people. I would like to see. Not to be aware of any of these types of people. But if I was, I would be interested. This is, let's see, what else we got? I'm looking. Wow. This is a high-end, I think. Or at least it looks like it. This is, well, it certainly wasn't, at least. They got they had events. I was hoping to see pictures. I mean, there's some pretty girls here. Well, there's some pretty girls here. It's a strip club. Although they have a thing here that's funny. I don't know where this was going. I don't know where this was going. I was expecting to find, but I'm not. And that's not.
Well, alrighty. Well, I guess that'll wrap it up this week then.
Yeah, I'm not. It's like, this could be, I was expecting this would be like the sex robots thing, where I would find something and we could talk about it, or like the time when we talked about the thing with the P and we found the site about how it would explain what to do and how to do it, and the first thing is don't get caught or something like that. Or so I was expecting the comedy gold, but no, not this. Not this time. We were not so lucky this time, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, okay. I'm rambling. I'm done. I'm done now.
A shout out to Scott for these some of these awesome articles. Thank you, Scott, our correspondent / fan. We appreciate it.
Yep.
And so,
Thanks,
listen,
Scott.
I guess next week we'll have you another episode of Squares of the Round Table to listen to. So we appreciate you listening in. I hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah, so if they want to, stories like Scott, how do they do that?
We're on Facebook. That's where we have most of these stories we drop. Of course, you can send a message through there. That's where we're most active. We're on Instagram and Twitter at SOTRT Podcast. We're on Podbean and Anchor. Download the free apps and you can listen to our shows anywhere your mobile device will take you. We're on YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe. You'll know when new episodes drop. You can email us as well. We're SOTRTpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you have that guy's missing leg, you should give it back. And whatever you do not pee in the cornflakes.
If you're on the run from burning down your rival's supermarket, please don't return to the United States.
Yeah, and don't drive away in a Mercedes, which is really obvious. Don't piss off women named Natasha and Genesis. And most importantly, the most important lesson I think we learned, well, I shouldn't say the most important, it's one of the most important lessons. One, alligators do not belong in houses, especially when they're 11 feet long. And two, and most importantly, if you happen to work for the Catholic Church, perhaps you should pay your bill so that you don't get caught at a strip club.
While you're taking kids on a field trip.
While you're taking kids on a field trip. Just a theory. Just a thought.
Yep.
All right, that's going to do it for this week. I'm Jeff Stein, and with me is...
Mike Boyle. Hi.
Thanks again for listening to New Weird. And we will see you next week.